What's good, YouTube? DM Gaming here, guys, and I'm back with the Playbook edition of our video uploads for the day. And this one's going to be a tad bit different, okay? I know a lot of y'all wanting to talk about the spread offense. I've had requests for the 3-4 defense, which that'll be next. I kind of want to go offensive and a defensive, and since we did defense yesterday, I want to cover offense today and in our spread package of sorts. Okay, going through the deep dive, I noticed that they talked about a new playbook, and that is the veer and shoot, which there are plenty of teams that run this. Oklahoma is primarily a team. Tennessee is known for running it. But what a lot of people don't know is sort of the history behind the veer and shoot. And I got to looking up some history about it. And guys, Art Browse was kind of like the founder, if you will, of the veer and shoot. Okay. He ran it when he coached at Houston. He ran it a lot at Baylor. And from there, it spread. His son, Kendall Browse, who coached at a plethora of schools. He coached with his dad at Baylor. He coached at Arkansas. He coached at Florida State. He's also coached at Houston. He's currently at TCU, offensive coordinator there. And I thought it was really, really cool because Art Browse even coached at Mount Vernon in Texas. And I got the opportunity to not coach against him because I wasn't the head coach, but I was a coach on the staff when we played Mount Vernon for those 2 years in Mount Vernon and then in Hooks. And who's on the other side? Art Browse. And this was after he left Baylor because he started at Sunnyvale in Texas. And then, so he's had ties to Texas high school football. But you know what I'm saying? It was kind of a surreal moment. You know, you dapping up the players and coaches at the end of the game and you shake hands with Art Browse, you know. And his son, Kendall Browse, last year at the coaches convention, Texas High School Coaches Association coaching school in Houston, he spoke and did a presentation on his tight end flat RPO concept, some of the stuff that he's ran and stuff like that. And one day, guys, I got to get a hold of that because it's on my other laptop, which is at school. But I'm going to get a hold of that presentation and kind of show y'all because it's some really, really good stuff in there. So I thought, man, let's talk about the veer and shoot. So the veer and shoot, I'm going to summarize what that offense basically is because there's not a lot of veer concepts involved. You think about the veer, you think triple option and stuff like that. Kind of like he said, remember the Titans, split and veer, just like Nova. Because he talked, remember the Titans. Remember the scene, Remember the Titans, when he's talking about it's an awfully thin playbook, you know. And what did he say? He said, hey, split and veer. All right, he said it's like Novocaine. You give it time and it works. You know what I'm saying? And so the veer portion of the veer and shoot, okay, think like the run and shoot, just veer and shoot. And you're replacing outside running schemes that you would traditionally see in like a run and shoot with read options, power runs. You know, you want to run between the tackles, not a whole lot of outside zone counters, dives, power runs, and things like that is what you're going to traditionally see in a veer and shoot offense. And the most prominent people that we know who run it is Oklahoma and Tennessee. And this is actually the exact image that they use in the deep dive when they kind of talked about those wide splits. Okay. When they talked about the wide splits, they're not talking about the linemen. Okay. The wide splits, guys, are by the wide receivers. And I have this formation pulled up. This is probably going to be my reference formation. All right. I zoomed in way too much on that one. We'll come back to that one. That's the veer portion of things. Okay. So I got two examples here. You have Clemson. Okay, notice the splits on the receivers in Clemson. They're inside of the numbers. You know, the ball's in the middle of the field. All the receivers are lined up inside of the numbers. Okay, this is your traditional spread set. Okay, and so when you have your traditional spread set, I mean, you're still going to have your pass defenders able to help on run support because they're not they're not so much as far away from the ball. All right. Now, this image is of Tennessee. They're also in the pistol, which the H-back, but look at the splits of the wide receivers. Okay. Yeah, the ball is on this hash, but especially if the ball is on the hash away, if it's on the, say, the left hash, your receivers on the right shouldn't be lined up outside the numbers. This is an extremely, extremely wide split, okay? And this is all done for a reason. Same thing here, okay? Ball is in the middle of the field. Look how wide the receiver splits is. And in reference to the Clemson, look how close. Both receivers, all the receivers are lined up inside the numbers, okay? In the actual in-game photo or render, okay, you look, they're clearly on the sidelines, all right? All of this is done strategically, all right? The reason it's done is because it's going to cause your pass defenders to widen out of the box even more. They're already not in the box, okay? But what it makes them do is spread outside of the box even further, all right? What this is going to do, anybody with a football mind can guess it. It's going to open it up. Y'all can see my little clicker here. It's going to open up the inside run scheme. And this is also why you don't traditionally see a lot of outside zone plays, because that kind of depletes the purpose of widening out your pass defenders. Does that make sense? Why would I widen them out and then just run outside zone right into them? You know, no. I want to widen them out and I want to run inside, okay? So you may ask, well, if the receivers are out wide like that, isn't that going to affect the passing game? It does, okay? Here is the shoot portion of things, okay? The shoot portion of veer and shoot, all right, is the same concept as the run and shoot. The shoot concept is giving your receivers choice routes, all right? So, and that's essentially what this is, okay? You giving your receivers a choice route. Wide receivers choose route based on the leverage of the safety. And this can also be the corner as well. They can do this to the corner as well. Your outside receivers can most absolutely do this, okay? So let's take this slot receiver, for example. You want your receivers to push the secondary vertically. This is a vertical pass scheme style offense. Does that make sense? So I want my receivers running vertical. I want to score. I want to stretch the field. I want to boom to the end zone. This is a high-powered offense. The goal of this offense is to spread you out and score fast, okay? And so your receiving portion of this, the pass game, is a vertical choice style of passing, okay? So my slot receiver here, boom, he's got a vertical route. This guy's got a vertical route. You don't see a bunch of hitches. You'll see some shorter routes. They mix it up, okay? But what you're going to see is these guys stretching the field and having a choice route. Say the receiver out here to the outside, highlighted under the circle button. Okay, his choice route, boom, he's going to run a fade. If this corner continues to push and push and push, he's going to boom. He's going to cut it down, and the quarterback is going to hit him. Now, well, I'll cover that when I get to personnel. It's the same way for all of these routes, okay? You're looking at choice routes by the receivers, and this is the concept of what a choice route is. It's something similar to this, okay? He can either run a go or he can break it off into a post. It'd be the same situation for the X and the Z here. They could run a go route or they could break it off into a curl route or a comeback or a hitch or a go and stop, which is you running a fade route, but you just bam, you stop, or something to that effect. A choice route, okay? I'm kind of probably butchering the definition, but in layman's terms, what a choice route is the receiver, based on what the secondary back is doing, the receiver has a choice of certain routes to run, okay? And it can be as simple as this, running a fade or a post, or it could be as simple as running a fade, a post, or a corner route. You know what I'm saying? Now, personnel-wise, this is important, so pay attention, guys. Personnel-wise, all right, you want to have a quarterback that is very intelligent, okay? You cannot run this offense. It's not going to work with a quarterback who is not intelligent, all right? This quarterback and the receivers are going to have to be in sync. They're going to have to be on the same page. Everybody has seen basketball. and have seen really, really good teams in basketball where they just know where each other is at. They know what each other's going to do. It's the same concept here with the quarterback and the wide receivers. The quarterback knows, hey, their corner's backed off. He's going to cut it down. Boom, that ball is out before that receiver even breaks. Because that receiver even knows too, hey, that cornerback's backed off. I'm stemming this route. I'm showing this route. Boom, I'm hitting this route, okay? If he's playing tight, if they get a one-on-one look, they can take advantage of those things. But it takes, from a personnel standpoint, you need some receivers that can stretch the field, okay? I'm not looking so much for possession-style wide receivers. I'm looking for speedy, rangy, lengthy wide receivers that can stretch the field and make big plays. Remember, this is a high-powered offense, okay? Quarterback, it would even benefit greatly if you have a quarterback who is mobile, because the veer and shoot offense, guys, guess what? You are going to be running with the quarterback some, because the veer portion has evolved, like I said, not so much of a triple option type of veer, but you also have your inside run schemes. Now, the option part of the veer and shoot, okay, is the read option. All right. Everybody remembers that. The read option, and guess what else? RPOs. Yes. Run pass options. Okay. So your traditional veer offense, triple option, it's evolved. This is the spread form of that. Okay. We're spreading you out. We're going to run it down your throat, similar to how you do in an option style offense with the fullback, but you got a running back doing that. All right. And the option goes from running the speed option, power option, triple option to running RPOs. Okay. To running read options with the quarterback and the running back. So personnel wise for your quarterback, you are going to want a quarterback that can run, a quarterback that can sling it. Okay, because if he's throwing it, a lot of times it's going to be deep down the field. Okay, my receivers are spread out with extra wide splits. This puts a lot of pressure on the defense because they got to make a choice. Either we spread out our DBs to cover these wide receivers, or we leave them closer to the box. If you leave them close to the box, okay, that's going to set up these one-on-one situations that you want. Okay, so a big component of this, most offenses do this, okay? Because at the end of the day, the veer and shoot, they want to run the ball, okay? Just like any other spread offense, this is not an air raid offense. This is a spread offense. Spread offense at its core is to spread out the defense so we can run the football, all right? So at the end of the day, the veer and shoot operates the same way. We want to spread you out so we can run the ball. But you know how most teams will run the ball to set up the pass? Well, the veer and shoot kind of does the opposite. Remember whenever I told you that these receivers are spread, their splits are super wide because they want the DBs to widen out or further away from the box? Well, in order to do that, you got to have some kind of a passing threat. So what they do is they pass the ball, okay, to set up the run, because there's no other way to get the secondary guys to respect you enough to go out there on you further out than what they would normally do if you can't pass the ball. But if you can pass the ball, baby, they ain't got no choice but to get out there and guard you. Even looking at this picture here, generally, these receivers are close. Your safeties are playing on the hashes, okay? But look how far away this safety is from the hash. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So take that into consideration. So now I want to look at the playbook, okay? Because now if you go, there is no, on the app that I use here, the website, there's no veer and shoot playbook, okay? So I have to use a particular formation, if that makes sense. And it doesn't have RPOs in here because this is the playbooks from NCAA 14 and 14 revamped, which they didn't put RPOs in here per se, but these plays will carry over, man. You're going to see this type of stuff, all right? So this is just the shotgun spread in which Baylor in this game at the time, Art Briles was there running the veer and shoot offense. They use this same playbook, and this is one of the formations that the people have used the most. So that's why I chose it, the shotgun spread, because it covers the spread, but we're also talking about the veer and shoot offense, all right? So you can see here, looking at the run plays first, you got 45 base dummy. Where is this play going? It's going inside. It's not going outside, all Okay, you can even RPO off of this, and this probably is an RPO because it's not even labeled. I wonder if Revamp has this as an RPO because it's not labeled and they're running screen concepts, okay? Which is really, really good, okay? If this is an RPO, it's a perfect RPO. I'm faking the run inside. My backside guard is pulling the seal or pulling the lead up in there. And then I have the choice of hitting those either screen routes on either side, okay? Very similar to here where you have the alert wide receiver screen. This is just a straight screen. I know you hear the word alert and think RPO, but there's no run option here. He's just blocking. All right. Another run play. You have your fake jet counter read option. Okay. Once again, read option. Veer. This is the veer portion of it. And yeah, this read option may hit a little bit outside. Guys, in any run scheme, you're going to have some plays to go outside. But traditionally, the run plays go inside. Okay. Fake jet inside zone. Okay. Fake jet. Run inside zone with the halfback. All right. Halfback dart dummy. Same concept here. Now, instead of the guard pulling, you have the tackle, backside tackle pulling. But this play is designed to hit inside. It's another RPO-ish type play. All right. Halfback direct snap. Just snap it directly to the halfback. Inverted veer. Okay, in the inverted veer, the quarterback is the guy that's running inside. The back is the one that's running on the outside. Your traditional read option, you would have the back running inside and the quarterback running outside. Okay, seeing some more run plays. You have a counter right here. Backside guard and tackle are pulling. This is a sweep concept. All right, but it's hitting inside. It's not meant to hit outside. Okay, quarterback draw, inside run. You have an RPO halfback screen right here. Okay. You do have some RPOs. Actually, okay, cool, Revamp. I see you. Some RPO concepts out of it. It's same as the one above where you faking it to the back. This one, you could give it to the back or keep it, okay? Looking at the one that mirrors right here, this one is just a solid run every time, and that's how you trick them on the RPO. Anyway, either give it to the back up here or I hit these outside receivers, okay? Either one will be open. A little bit different here because I actually have a guard pulling. Same thing here. Nobody's pulling on this. That back is just crossing face. Okay. RPO outs. Halfback draw. Okay. It's another RPO. Now I have some vertical routes going on this concept right here. RPO zone peak. Remember, we've seen the peak concept where I'm looking at this outside linebacker. If he comes down, I hit that slant route. If that's void, bam, I'm hitting the slant as opposed to giving it. If he attacks the running back, if he sits back, I give it to the running back. Okay. Some more run plays in this formation. You got a counter read option. Okay. You can either give it or keep it. Halfback counter. All right. You have your halfback draw. You have your sweep. Okay. And then you also have your jet sweep as well. You do have some regular option plays that you could run in here. You got midline, which hits tight. You have your load options, wide receiver option, or option route with the wide receiver. Give it to the back, or you could run option with the wide receiver on that. You have a quarterback slot option right here. All right. And then you have your traditional game breaking read option. And then you have your speed option there as well. So, and this is just out of the shotgun spread formation. There's many different formations, including the pistol that you could run the veer and shoot out of. I'm just showcasing this one formation for the sake of clarity in the video. Okay. Now, what you're not seeing in the playbook is a lot of choice routes, but you are seeing a load of vertical routes. You do see a choice route here, and then you see another one right there. But like I said, this is an outdated playbook, to be honest with you. What you're going to see in college football 25 with the veer and shoot, you're going to see those choice routes come available more and more. It's going to be more defined, okay, based on personnel. So like I said, reiterating the personnel aspect, you want receivers that can stretch the field. Okay, because they're spread out wide. You don't need some slow guys. You need some guys that can go, some go daddies. Because at the end of the day, my goal in the veer and shoot offense is to score as quick as possible. You want to bring those guys into the box, guess what? We're going to hit you deep. We're going to get those one-on-one passes going. Even if we don't complete all of them, we're going to keep hitting them till you push those guys outside the box. And as soon as you do, bam, we're running it down your throat. So it's very imperative from a personnel standpoint that you have an offense that is very efficient, okay? time is of the essence. So, they added the new turbo feature and the no huddle and stuff like that to the game. No huddle's been in there, but the turbo is in there. Guys, this offense is primed for that. This is a fast-paced, all gas, no brake style offense. Okay, they are going to, you're tackled, you're taught to get up, give the ball to the umpire, go line up, and it's time to run the next play. It is a very fast offense. Art Briles was the same way when he ran it at the high school level with Mount Vernon. It's very up tempo. Okay, Kendall Briles still teaches those same concepts. It's very up tempo. Okay, and in that presentation that I can show y'all one day, you're going to see he even has it in there where they're taught to give the ball to the umpire so the ball can get spotted quicker. Okay, so understanding that concept, is this a offense that you would like to run with your team? You're going to have some GoDaddies at receiver. You're going to have an efficient run game, and you're going to need to have a mobile quarterback. I'm not saying you can't do it with slower wide receivers, but you need that deep threat element. So you would need at least to have at least two guys at the wide receiver position that can stretch the field on two different sides of the ball, because if they're on one side of the ball, then that's not so much going to help you here. If you're looking at here, we're going back to the gameplay shot. Let's say that this is they're in a pistol. You have an H-back here and one receiver here who's not a deep threat, but you got a slot receiver and you got an X right here that's a good deep threat. Well, they won't respect the wide split over here. They'll respect it over here. But if you got at least three guys that's some GoDaddies, they're going to have to adjust to that. Okay, because if not, and they move these guys inside a little bit closer, corners playing inside shade, safeties closer to the hash, bam, they're going to torch you to the outside one-on-one. So I'm really interested to really get my hands on this playbook because I really like Art Briles' offense. I like Kendall Briles' offense. I like RPOs. Expect a lot of RPOs out of this offense. And dude, if you've got a stud at the running back position, this is going to be a real good offense for you. But you're going to have a good offensive line at the same time. They're going to have to be able to run block. Because they're not doing a bunch of outside zone and stuff like that, you don't have to have those quicker guards and tackles per se. But it is important that you got some big meaty guys that can block up front. You get what I'm saying? If you look at how Tennessee was, they're big up front. They're big up front, but they got an efficient back and they got a quarterback that can freaking sling it, and they got receivers that can fly. You get what I'm saying? So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. Is this an offense that you can see yourself running? Remember, if you got some dogs, I would definitely consider this. So till next time, y'all, thanks for watching. Peace.
EA Sports. It's in the game.